This is the At Home with
Zac
and TT for the Millwall drive home. To be fair, we've been at home for quite a while. We've even had dinner. That's the benefit of having a 12:30 kickoff. We didn't drive. We got on the train. We didn't feel like it was right to do it on the train. There was too many people around. And we'd obviously be too jubilant to put out a YouTube video on the train. So we decided, you know what? Let's wait home. Let's get home. Let's have something to eat. Steak, wedges and padron peppers.
Yeah.
It's all right, weren't it, on the barbecue? Where did we go today? Was it what is it called now?
The Maytrade Loftus Road
The Maytrade Loftus Road Stadium. Where it finished. Queen's Park Rangers 1.
Millwall 2.
Another win for the Lions. A fantastic performance. No, it wasn't. It wasn't really a fantastic performance. It was a fantastic 3 points. I don't know. I'm not sure how we won today, if I'm being completely honest. Well, I do know, because we put 2 balls in the back of the net and they only put 1, and that's generally a good way of trying to win a game. But the first half was very, very QPR dominant in terms of territory, possession.
And we would want to have scored 2 goals out of the first half.
Yeah, because on the transition we looked really dangerous. And like I said, before we go any further, if you're not subscribed to the Mill Drive Home, get yourself subscribed. Obviously, we normally do drive. Obviously, we missed West Brom as well. We had a 3-0 win. That's why we had to do one today. You know, we had a 3-0 win against West Brom and we didn't do a video. We've got another win. It's not very often where we've had 5 away games this year. That's 3 wins and 2 draws, which is an unbelievable. Obviously, we are going to screw it up against Oxford, but that's the most Millwall way possible. It's our best start to a season since 1995-96 after the first 10 games. Yeah, so getting the players back. Obviously, it's a massive miss with Luongo because he's looked really good and he looks like he's going to be out for some time. And Josh Coburn may is out for some time as well. It's, you know, typical Mill. You know, the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. But we've got such a good squad that, you know, hopefully we can mix it. And it's a really good sign when you win games when you haven't been at your best. And like I said, we certainly weren't at our best. We started off with Crocombe in goal, obviously replacing Bender, who has also picked up an injury. Back 4 of Ryan Leonard, Jake Cooper, Tristan Crammer and Zach Sturge as the left back, which was a big call considering obviously no Joe Bryan. We've got 3 good left backs now fit.
Yes.
How would you rate them? Like, does it depend on the opposition, or what would you go? Who would you go? Sturge, Doughty, Bryan, or where would you go?
I'd also put that in the comments. If you have your opinions, put that in the comments, because that is genuinely something that I'm a bit stumped on, because I'm fighting between Zach Sturgeon and Alfie Doughty, because they're both amazing.
You just dropped Bryan like completely out of it, and he's
yeah, I have, and because he's only got two real factors that make him an amazing left back, and I feel like Zach Sturgeon and Alfie Doughty are both the complete package.
Sturge had a really good game today, to be fair. Doughty, when he came on, looked a bit lethargic, although he did do the nice keeping the ball in the corner. And he should never have got booked. And I think probably now's a good time to talk about the referee. Before we go into the chance, actually, we've only done about 4, but the referee was absolutely horrendous today. You get 8 minutes of injury time.
The worst referee I've ever seen.
Absolutely shocking. Encouraging QPR's Olympic diving team to put as much...
Traitors and Daly was on the screen.
Tom Daly was in it. But yeah, really, really poor performance from the referee. So many 50-50 decisions, or 60-40, I thought. Just really, I really thought he struggled today, the referee. And we got one decision that went our way.
And it was the most blatant handball.
Yeah, Ballo.
It wasn't inside the box or anything. It was just down the wing, and he's turned into a basketball.
I know the QPR fans will probably be asking for a penalty with Leonard bodying out Kone, but it was never a penalty. He's got his shoulder to shoulder. He's moved him out of the way. It's a really good bit of defending from Leonard. Anyway, we've done the back 4. We've got Billy Mitchell and Luongo who started. Obviously, Luongo looked like he picked up a really bad injury for a late knock. I'm not sure if it was a foul or not, but he got hit late by Lord Voldemort Frey up front. And Billy, I think Billy would admit it wasn't his best game, but we can go on to it's always good when you have not your best game and you do something as brilliant as Billy did in the game. So we had the 2 midfielders. On the right, we had... This is where I think it's exciting. On the right, we had Femi Aziz, and on the left, we had Ballo.
Yeah.
Both of them looking to
And we've
attack.
still got, even if one of the two, or even both of them, do end up picking up a knock or anything, we've still got Reece Bangura-Williams,
And
Maku,
yeah.
and Negley.
Although I don't
worse
think,
comes to
and
worse.
again, Negley come on. I was really disappointed with the subs, but I'll go into that in a little bit. So we had those two, and then Smallbone and Mihailo Ivanovic up front. The first chance actually went to QPR very early on in the game.
Yeah, it was
ball into the box. Frey kind of clipped it down to I'm not sure who it was on the edge of the box.
I think it was. I kept calling him the next Ilias Chair because he was small and he was good on the ball and he had a good whip on him. So
yeah, I can't stand Chair. And to be fair, and this guy lost his crap in the second half and should have been sent off. I think he stepped on Aziz when he was on the floor. But it was a great shot anyway, and Crocom's had to make a really good save down to his right to set the stand. We had to deal with a lot of pressure. I felt we defended really well. Saying that,
quite solid.
That was the only save Crocom had to make in the first half that I remember. And when I tell you QPR had a lot of possession, they had a lot of dominance, they had a lot of territorial power, but they didn't really make the most of it. So often their final ball or their final touch just wasn't at it, and we create because really good play by Luongo before he went off and won the ball in midfield, drove and it was it's a lovely pass onto Smallbone, whose technique-wise was excellent.
He pinched it on the ground and it's just risen. It looks to be an amazing goal, a Jed Wallace type of goal when he just stuck it straight in the top corner.
Yeah, and then Wallace bent it.
Yeah.
He just struck it, and it was going right into the top corner, and it was honestly, the keeper's made an absolutely stunning save. It's one of the, like you said, it's probably one of the best saves you've ever seen live, and we've got a great view behind the goal from the other side.
Bender.
Yeah, Bender at Sheffield United, but it was a fabulous save, and it kept the scores at 0-0, and like I said, for all of their dominance, we did look dangerous on the transition. As soon as we won the ball, and that's where we get the first goal, and we win the ball in midfield. The ball gets to Billy, and it's an unbelievable pass from Billy Mitchell. Obviously done it against West Brom on 2 weeks ago, but he's clipped the ball over to Aziz, who's running in. Aziz's first touch is excellent and takes him away from the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper makes again another fabulous save. So. You look at it, there's two fabulous saves from the goalkeeper and one from Crocom in the first half, but fortunately it bounces back to Aziz, who hits it towards goal. The goalkeeper's got the finest of touches on it, which we could see afterwards. We didn't see it, and
it just looked like it went straight in.
And it's put it through the legs of Cook on the line, who I can't stand as a defender. I think he's massively overrated, and I wouldn't.
I feel like QPR have a couple of underrated players and have a lot of overrated.
Stan Cook.
Honestly,
I think he's a lot of mouth. I can't stand him anyway. He goes through his legs on the line and makes it 1-0 to Millwall, and it was a very good away end. Really enjoyed being at the away end today. Very loud, considering we know Tuesday night against Stoke is going to be horrendous.
Oh my God.
I hope not. I'd love the fact that we could get a load of Millwall in there and make a racket, but it probably won't happen given our atmospheres at home. But it was brilliant to be in that away in today, and what I liked, like I said, on the transition again, we won the ball. We win a corner. The ball gets cleared out just before the edge of.
What corner was it? It was a free kick.
Was it a free kick? It must have been the only free kick. I think we only got two in the whole game, so it's probably.
Aziz steps up to it, whips it in, and I'm not sure
how.
I
don't think that was a clearance.
It might have been.
I think it was a clearance.
I know it was a clearance.
And then Aziz puts it back in.
Yeah, but after the free kick.
It's either a free kick or a corner.
So anyway, Aziz gets the ball, kind of like on the line of the 18-yard box if it carried on all the way to the byline, and he's putting a really, really nice ball. He knows how to whip one in, and it goes through everyone. And Mihailo Ivanovic, to be fair to him, he has a defender. But what the defender makes the mistake of doing is he doesn't focus on trying to clear the ball. He is completely facing Mihailo Ivanovic and is hugging him.
Yeah.
So Mihailo Ivanovic, as a striker, as he should do, has the killer instinct to just nod it into the bottom corner and send the Millwall away fans into absolute limbs.
Yeah, 2-0 at half time. And I think everyone was thinking, I don't know how the hell we're 2-0 up because of the fact that we had so few chances. But you've got to be clinical. And QPR, and I thought, do you know what? I thought QPR were really going to bring it to us in the second half. And they just didn't.
They were a bit lacklustre in terms of you're expecting a lot since they showed such greatness in the first half.
I think with Kone and Frey, they had a real aerial presence. And the amount of times they tried to get the ball in the box, they tried to play... And I think it's low percentage football, and I think that's what's been their undoing. They tried to put long balls or throw-ins all into the box and hope for a second ball and hope for a bounce, and it didn't really, because it's so low percentage, you're not trying to open us up.
And because we've got Cooper and Crammer at the back who can win it in the air, and Lenny at the back post who can win it in the air, and Zach Sturgey's very, very, very good at closing the ball down and getting a good first touch on the ball. We were very confident.
Although I'd say the times where they created more chances than not, like I said, they weren't clear-cut chances, but was when we weren't quite at it, when we missed the second ball, and then allowed them to do it. But like I said, which is the way they played, but it suited us perfectly, really. And in the second half, they created so few chances that. The only one that I can really remember was the ball at the back post, and it's headed. I think it was headed toward goal, but it clipped one of our players and went off.
Yeah, no, it was a corner into the back post. I think one player's nodded it onto the back post, and the player's there, and he can't really get a good connection on the ball, and he kind of knees it goalward. But I'm not sure if it was going in, and Zaxter just turns it around the post anyway. Like
we said, Luongo went off injured in the first half at a really bad injury, and we made a few subs, and I was really disappointed. I felt that our starting 11 plus Casper De Norre, which was good to see him coming back in, looked really solid. Done our defensive duties really well without playing well at all. Like I said, we didn't play the game anywhere near the levels that we did against West Brom, but. The subs that come on, we had Negley come on, Kundal come on, obviously who came on for Langstaff came on, and Doughty came on, and I felt like none of them seemed like they were running.
I feel like Doughty was the only one who showed a little bit of determination when he.
Well, that's keeping the ball in the corner.
Yeah, but still, he showed that he wanted to be on the pitch.
Did I say about his stupid booking?
You said that you'd go on to it.
Okay, yeah. Honestly, he got a booking. He's walking away from he's done well in the corner to try and keep the ball right towards the end of the game.
And then he's riled up their. I'm not sure if it was their centre back or their right back, but he's riled him up. He's giving it all of that stuff, and then all that their player does is
Doughty's moving away though, isn't he?
Doughty's basically jogging away from the ball, and their player right in front of the linesman. Just puts the ball at the back of Alfie Doughty.
And as far as I'm concerned, as long as you're walking away, and he wasn't like running away, obviously, but he's walking away, and it's never a booking. There's another stupid decision by the referee. The only thing I would say is I don't know how the hell Billy Mitchell didn't get booked today. He made 3 or 4.
Everyone else did.
Yeah. There are some of the bookings that we did get shouldn't have happened, but Billy will count himself fortunate that he didn't pick up a yellow card. And then, like I said, obviously QPR do get the goal, and it was a well worked goal, but. Leonard's got to do better and clear it. I think Doughty's made a mistake as well. The ball's played in to the middle, out to Sato. Is it Sato? Sato on the left, and he's kind of played it a nice ball across into the middle, and they finished it off to make it 2-1. Obviously, that was in the 85th minute, which makes the last, 5 minutes plus injury time going to be difficult. And you see the ball go up. So that Bender went down for about a minute in the game. Crocombe went down for about a minute, and their other centre back went down for about a minute. So there's about 2 minutes of injuries plus a few subs. There was the ref did not speed up the game. He didn't book anyone for time wasting. You're looking at 5 minutes, 6 minutes absolute max.
I would say 4 max.
Yeah, but
because in the first half there was Luongo went down for. About 6 minutes, and there was only 4 given.
And he somehow managed to give 8 minutes of injury time. And within that 8 minutes of injury time, saying that, 2.5 minutes in, there's a ball played into the box, and somehow
I think it was actually later. I think it was about 6 minutes.
No, I don't think it. I think it was earlier on, but it's crossed into the box, and somehow the QPR players nodded it over. They wanted a penalty because they were, like I said, they were screaming for absolutely everything.
It bundled around. It went to the back post. Leonard actually kicks it up in the air. The player bundles Leonard over. They're calling for a penalty. Meanwhile, their big centre-back's gone up, headed it across goal. And I don't know how their goal scorer, who scored the first goal, missed. He was about 2 yards out, had I wouldn't say an open header, but all he had to do was get over the ball.
The only thing, it was quite high up. That's the only thing.
It was on his... It was about level.
Yeah. It was. He still should have done better with it, and obviously that meant we won. 2-1. We came home on the tube. It's always nice to be able to have an easy. Like I said, we were in London for the whole month of October, and we're making the most of it. We've had some really difficult games when you look at it. With Coventry, then West Brom.
Well,
now QPR.
Yeah, you look at it now. Every single team that we've played in the last month or so, including Stoke and Leicester, have been in the playoffs in this month.
Yeah, and so it's a really difficult test. But as we get players back, and obviously Luongo's going to be a miss and Coburn's going to be a miss, I'm not disappointed that Bender's out, to be honest. I like the fact that Crocom's come in and replaced him. For how long, we don't know, but that's definitely going to be a positive.
And Jensen's going to be back soon.
Stoke's going to be a really big test on Tuesday. Because, like I said, because the fact that our atmosphere is not going to be great, you're never sure what we're going to turn up. But hopefully we put our best foot forwards, and I think it's the massive. Who was your man of the match today?
Got to be Femi Aziz or Mihailo Ivanovic, purely because he got his first goal of the season. It's got to be Aziz.
Yeah, for me it's Aziz all day long. I think he brings the attacking flair and talent that he brings, the pace, the directness. For me, it's Femi Aziz,
and he brought a goal in 2 games, in 2 starts. He's brought 2 goals and assists.
You can't ask for any more than that. Thank you very much for watching the Mill Drive Home. It's been a little bit a longer one. We really appreciate. Zampa's coming. Zampa, do you want to be in the video? No, all right. He doesn't want to be in the video. He's just come in. He's not sure what he's going to do. But thank you very much for watching the Mill Drive Home. We'll see you all again on Tuesday night, and hopefully we'll be driving home. Well, I'm not going to say it. I don't want to jinx it, but 2 wins on the bounce. We'll take that. Thank you very much for watching the Mill Drive Home. No one likes us.
We don't care.
Yeah.